go. What's happening, everybody? That's right. Yes, sir. We are back. Man, listen, what an amazing show we're about to have today. I am Stanley Doucette. I am he. If anybody logging in, we're logging into Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette. I cannot wait to share this show with you today. I have one of my boys on today. Yes, sir, ladies, y'all did great last month, but I got my boy with me today. We're about to ride for real. Listen, wherever you are, wherever you're listening to, whether you're in Canada or whether you're in South America, whether you are in Australia or South Africa, it doesn't matter where you are. Come get at your boy. Listen, send a smoke screen, a text message, a phone call, or whatever you got to do, and let them know Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette is live right now. We getting it. We getting it today. I guess y'all can hear the excitement in my voice. It's nothing like having your boy with you. So listen, before we get into and introducing my boy, my friend, my brother, I just want to share with you guys, if you're on any social media platform with us, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, X, what's the other one? Oh, and of course, y'all come get at your boy on our YouTube channel. Like us, subscribe, share, join, send the comments, do all of those things. Go to Let's Talk with StanleyDoucette.com. Donate. Just go to the donate link. I don't care if it's 45 cents or $45 million. Hey, get at your boy. We're gonna keep rolling and rocking and rolling. Y'all can see we bringing top-notch guests on with you guys. It's just been an amazing ride. To all of my friends in Austria, what's good? How y'all doing? You know, unfortunately, I've never been to Austria yet, but I'm gonna get there because you guys have been consistent with me, and I want to thank you. All of my European family, European Union family, I should say, all of the people in the motherland of Africa. What's good? What's good? The Middle East, shout y'all out. I'm just shouting out everybody because I'm excited today. And then, of course, the place where I was born, New Orleans, Louisiana. What it do? Shout out to all of the wards. Shout out to the East. Shout out to Uptown, UPT. What's good? Anyway, I'm gonna start going on and on and on. I want to just kind of eat some chicken wings and just kick it with everybody today. But we got work to do. We got some serious work to do. Family, if you haven't sent that text message yet, send it and let them log into Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette right now, because one of the most powerful individuals that's doing something in the mental health space is on with us today. But he's doing it a little bit different. It's a little bit different. What he's doing is absolutely remarkable. It's truly, truly remarkable about what he's doing. I'm not going to go into details because that's why he's here. But trust me, it's a little bit different. How many of you, by a show of hands, now if you're driving, don't raise your hand, all right? But for those of you that can raise your hand, how many of you guys are music lovers? Let me raise my hand. You like music. Doesn't matter if it's rap or acid rock. It doesn't matter if it's Luther or what's her name? Whitney Houston or Celine Dion, what's her name?
Yeah,
Something.
Celine Dion.
Celine,
Celine
yeah.
Dion.
That lady, yeah. It doesn't matter who you are, right? And I say that specifically not against Miss Dion, but I'm saying that for a reason. So many of us are in a position to do some great things, but music kind of brings us down, puts us in a certain space, because you might like Miles Davis, you might like jazz, you might like blues, you might like rock. I don't know, you might like country. It doesn't matter. But that's something about that music, that sound, it does something to you. So what we're going to share today with you is how he has implemented so many powerful things with mental health in music. It is amazing. It is amazing. So, guys, I love y'all, but let's go ahead and get into it. So, let me introduce you guys to my boy, my brother, my friend. He is amazing. He's out here Well, I don't want to tell y'all where he is because he travels. Yes, that's not y'all business where he live at. Let's put it this way. He's doing something special. He's an amazing, amazing entrepreneur, businessman. Think about this, guys. He was in the, I don't want to say radio, I'll just say the music industry for over 20 years. He knows all of the who's and the what's. But because he was so successful and powerful at that, he also saw a niche where he can help in mental health with so many of the younger folks that's out there. So y'all do me a favor and help welcome to the Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette for the first time, but not the last time, my brother from another mother, Pizzo Johnson. Hey, what's up, brother?
Standing man, what's happening, man? Hey, thank you, man. Thank you for offering your platform. Thank you for the great intro. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to, us conversating, chopping it up, man. So what's going on?
Man, you know what it is. You know what it is. So P,
Mm-hmm.
we've been having some incredible conversations, and I know you're doing some powerful things in, I'll say, the mental health as well as the music industries and combination. But before I get into that, I want to just ask you, tell the family who's Pizzo. Tell everybody who's Pizzo so we can make those things happen. Who's Pizzo? They think I'm playing.
Godson.
Say it again.
Godson.
Say it again.
Godson. Been in the, like you said, been in the music industry over 20 years. Traveled in for radio from all the way from Florida to Columbia, South Carolina, to Virginia Beach, Virginia, to Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina, to Atlanta, Georgia. So, all of these different markets that I had the privilege of being an on-air personality for a time, excuse me, for a time. And also, not only that, I was working in juvenile detention centers and group homes and youth drug and alcohol centers in those particular cities. So, this is a synopsis of who I am. Right now, I am also the founder of Pain on Paper Pop program. And that's just a little bit about me.
Okay. So let's talk about. I'm sorry, we got to get right on into it. Have you always, and I know your background is in the, I would say, the radio industry, as well as the music industry, and all that. Have you always wanted to help kids in that mental health space, or how did you get into that, Pete?
I guess from the trials and tribulations that I've been through, it's something I think I inherited from my mom. My mom, she had a daycare, so she loved kids. So and I don't know, in my family, we got my mom and my dad. They have, they got a lot of brothers and sisters, so we have a big family. I don't know, just coming up, I was always kind of elected to talk to the younger cousins and stuff. You know what I mean? But never thinking that I was, something that I really wanted to do. And, through my trials, I was offered an opportunity to go to a juvenile detention center to speak to some kids. And it turned out, life-changing. They really loved it. And that then turned into a job at that particular center.
Oh, wow.
So, I didn't have no ambitions of working with kids, but I think that's where God just put me into that lane. And
Yes, sir.
and now that I'm in that lane, I understand my purpose.
Ooh, man, isn't that a blessing? Isn't that a blessing to be so young and find out your purpose and be able to fulfill that?
Yeah, you know what? It's like once you really realize your purpose, because when you dealing your purpose, you're dealing with in passion.
Yes.
So when you're passionate about something, it is what it is. It's so natural. It's nothing that's, that's made up. It's just natural. So I understood that I love music, but I knew that, eventually I found out that this was my elected, job.
Yeah.
How could I say that? Can I say job? Well, that's probably not a good word, but that's where God just tapped me and will say, this is where I want you to be. It's just a chain of mandate. Okay, I like that. Standing man, I like that.
Yeah. Let's say that. So in that, let's get into it because I know a lot of people trying to understand what are we talking about? Mental health, music. What are y'all doing? So you are the founder of something called Pop. By the way, I'm mad because you didn't invite me yet, but I'm gonna talk about you tomorrow. Now I'm but let's talk about Pop for real. Let's talk about Pop. Man, how did you get to pen on paper? Talk to me about that. How did that come about?
Well, we started it off as Poems Over Pistols. So when we started off as Poems Over Pistols in '08, we started, gradually picking up contracts and different opportunities, and it was organically happening. And a lot of administrators will pull me to the side after I may do a presentation or whatever, and they'll be like, "Man, I love what you're doing, but that pistols." And me being hard-headed at the time, I didn't want to change it. So after a couple of years, I said, "Okay, let me change it to Pain on Paper." So Pain on Paper is the same thing, but Poems Over Pistols, we still have that, but we still use that for like severe cases of juvenile detention centers and situations like that. So, that's how it started. But, and I started it in a group home and it grew from there. And when I tell you that organically it grew, and a lot of the kids were telling other people about the program, and that's how it grew.
Okay. Outstanding. So let's dig a little bit deeper. So what developed out of this, right? I know you say you got it in a group home, but how does it work? How is it that you're using like anger management, or how are you using music and anger management? How does that work? Talk to me about it.
Well, we're not just only dealing with anger management, we deal with anger management, conflict resolution, character development, entrepreneurship. All of these things, all of these ingredients, we teach kids how to first identify their emotions and feelings. So we call emotions in the program, we call them emotion bubbles. And every emotion has its own personal bubble. And we want to pop these bubbles to get these feelings out of these bubbles. Because we always say that if you got too many bubbles, you can't really see your vision, you can't really see your future. And if you got too many bubbles clogging up in your ear, you can't really hear when people try to give you advice. So we got to try to pop these bubbles to get these feelings out. Because we call those feelings also, we call it a virus too, because it's a lot of the virus that's contagious, that's hurting our kids. Either they're angry or they're frustrated or it's just so many different things. But we teach them how to be able to take those things, those feelings and those emotions, and put them into a rap, art, poems, songs, or short stories. So, you know what I mean? Once we call that the Pop 5. So once they learn how to be able to do these things and put them into these channels, and they can use their phone. They can get on their phone and get on their memo pad and put those feelings, and we teach them how to be able to get these feelings first, bring these feelings up, and then redirect them into, a pen or paper or in their phone.
Man, that's powerful. I mean, you're talking about kids. How are you getting kids to like even sit down? I mean, that's mind-boggling.
Music. Once you start dealing with the music piece, because we always have music playing in the background. Always instrumentals are playing. And then we have a cast of producers.
Okay.
So sometimes it's a mixture of the original compositions that the producers have made, beats that they made, and a mix of some of the current, music that's out. So basically, like for example, I give you an example. So we got a method. It's called Catch a Beat. So with Catch a Beat, we teach kids how to be able to, when they're in that crisis moment, when they're thinking about the fight, they about to take off, like what kids say they want to take off. They about to take off on somebody. they catch a beat, maybe their favorite song, and they'll start harmonizing that favorite song, that melody, and they'll play it in their head over and over and over. This is to give them time to be able to calm down, because impulsive thinking is what's killing our youth, even in suicide situations.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When kids start feeling a certain way and they just make that impulsive decision to take their lives. So we are trying to kind of curve the impulsive behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And when they catch that beat and when they play that beat, one of the producers catch that melody. I say, okay, well, let me hear the beat that you come up with. It's your favorite song. They'll hum it out, beatbox it, or whatever they want to do. Once they do that, the producer catches it and he makes it. He makes that beat. And he won't let me know. I still keep facilitating. He'll let me know, say, hey, I'm done. And then I'll play it back. That's a wrap. You know, all kids don't like music, but 95.5 kids love music.
Right.
So we kind of use something that they already love to try to, give them the medicine that they need. Kool-Aid process of putting medicine on the spoon.
Right.
And then give them some Kool-Aid first, and then shove the medicine down their throat.
Right. Yes, sir. Man, that is amazing. I gotta come because I don't have nothing to say, but I just want to it's just amazing. I can't imagine, having the music and they come up with something, create a song or a rap. That's that is gifted, man. Congratulations on that.
Yes, brother. I mean, that's just a see, I understood the concept of I became, I don't know, just one day God just touched me while I was on air.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And I had to be accountable because, all of the stations I worked were the hip hop station. Every station I worked, an exception of one. When my first radio gig was at a jazz radio station.
Okay, you're
But
talking about jazz, huh? Okay.
yeah, traditional too. You
Yes, sir.
you talk about, you said little Miles and
Yeah.
Stanley Turrentine, all that. So
Hey, what you know about Stanley? Hence the name.
hey man, look here, man. Stanley's be some good guys, man.
Yes,
Stanley,
sir.
one of my Stanley too, he just passed 2 months ago, which is one of my OGs in radio, is the top OG. So rest in peace to him. But yeah, man, I understood the concept of programming, and what they do is they will bring in doctors to consultants and pay them big money to really understand what does it take people to get hooked on to the songs.
Right.
So they did a study that, you know what I'm saying, if a person hears a song 6 to 7 times within a 2-hour time span, it'll be in a psyche. And the next thing you know, they might not even be around the radio or doing something, and then they might start humming or singing that song.
Right. That's right.
I understood the concept of programming. So I'm like, you know what? I want to do something anti, because I felt accountable, because a lot of the music does make a difference in what our youth mentality is, And
Right.
I had to get to that moment where I had to be accountable for some of the music that I'm playing, because we don't really play the music at any radio station that you listen to. The music is programmed already in there before the jock get in there.
Right. That's right. It's already programmed, brother.
It's already programmed. So you just endorsing the music.
That's
so
right.
And people think that that's my personal selection of the song, which is not. But that's all we wanted to do, is wanted to program kids anti of what we were doing or what I was doing on the radio, and with this pop concept and curriculum, because we built the curriculum through the years. And we like to
So
say we're
your
the number
curriculum,
one.
no, you like to say you're the number one.
I'm sorry. We're the number one violence prevention curriculum in the country. Because we
I
have
like that.
doctors from Morehouse School of Medicine. We got music therapies and mental health experts that, basically help, with designing the curriculum, and just a lot of research over the years, because we've been doing this since '08.
Yeah. So what do you need? Because this seems like this should be in every school in the country. What is it that you need to continue to help this explode the way it's exploding?
With any nonprofit, you need proper funding. We definitely need funding. And we just need people supporting, if that's sharing content, or, just exposing some other people to the website, painonpaper.com. Whatever you could do, but we really need funding, because we really want to take this, nationwide, because we know
Yes, sir.
the effect. We know the effect that it causes. And we've been moving. We Atlanta, Georgia. We've been in Asheville, North Carolina, Newport News, Virginia, Portsmouth, Virginia. So it's been traveling into these different areas. So, now we just want to take it to, the masses, because parents can really use this, and it's fun. We got games in the curriculum. You have, role play in the curriculum. So it's a fun curriculum that parents and counselors who are at these agencies could be able to use and facilitate the curriculum to the kids. But these kids are making these compositions, and through these compositions, they're communicating their true, authentic feelings, what's going on in their
Right.
mind and their heart, and they put it into this music. So it's almost like you spying, getting that information that you really need to be able to help them. When you try to come to them and you try to talk to them in a one-on-one setting, you're not gonna really get it like that. Not when the kids, they're gonna tell you what you want to hear, and that's about it. But when it's
Right.
fun and they writing and it's music, they're releasing these feelings and not even knowing that they're having a therapeutic interaction. They're they're
Right.
they're they're expressing themselves, and it's all about expressing. A lot of these kids are not expressing themselves; they're keeping it inside, and then they're blowing up. So that's how we want to pop these bubbles, get these feelings out, put them in proper channels, and it'll
Yeah.
help them. And also too, and I said entrepreneurship as well, because we teach them a concept of independently publishing their stuff.
Oh, that's good. So, do you teach them about the business side as well? Do you teach them about inside? Do you teach them about, or at least give them an idea about the business side as well?
No, we do give them an idea. Now we do talk about conceptually, like, what the business offer, how you could be able to take advantage, as because you could be a writer. Writers make more money than a lot of the artists, but
Right.
people don't really know that.
Yeah.
So you own half of the master. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
Like, so we just teach them about those type of things, but we don't really get into the interworkings. Now we are designing a bonus package with the curriculum that will take them deeper into more of the industry type of, publishing and all of the industry stuff. But we're more focused on the mental health and wanting them to
Right.
be able to express themselves.
That's good, man. That's good. Now, do you find it hard to get monies from like funding and helping you with funding through grants and other individuals that may have a lump sum of money?
Like pulling teeth with a pair of pliers, yeah. People don't want to, what I mean? People talk a good game,
Right.
hey, but but they're not and see, that's the thing. Like you got a lot, array of programs and concepts of what people are doing out here. And what make us so different, we actually been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
And we have the statistics, we have all of the things that, the data, we got it. So all we do is we want to ask people just to, you know, do your research, do your due diligence. You can go online and go to the website, payingonpaper.com. You can Google us and you will see countless videos of what we've been doing over the years. And,
That's true.
it's hard getting money, but it's not going to deter me from what I know God has put me here to do.
Man, that's excellent. And I know a lot of things you're doing. Not only are you modeling it, but you're showing them or showing it, and then you're making sure they understand the concept. Do you think that's a powerful way of educating our younger generation? Or should you just say this and then leave it alone? What do you say is the best way to actually educate them?
Well, you show them, because like, for instance, when they get done with the curriculum and then they start recording, they record those compositions, they record those songs and short stories. And what we use for short stories, we use country music and R&B music. So, country music, they telling stories.
That's
in
right.
country. That's right. So they write, that's fun to them because that's not their normal. A lot of them, it could be some instances, their normal genre. So when they start doing it, they try to imitate a country singer, but it's funny, and then they're enjoying themselves, but then they're writing some deep stuff. You know what I mean? And then we record that stuff and we give them a compilation at the end of the process. And we do it because we know once they hear themselves, they start looking at themselves a little different, especially if they have ambitions. Because we got quite a few artists that's out now that came through the program when they were probably like 12 or 13. Now they like 21 or whatever. And we got rappers, we got rock, we got a rock lead singer who's in a big rock band is making a lot of headways. So we got quite a few people that jumped into the music industry or didn't even really have an ambition of doing that. But just by start writing and getting better, they discovered there was a lane for them.
I love this, man. I absolutely love it. So how can we continue to forward this message to parents, to educators, to other nonprofits, to schools, school districts, and so on? How can we actually, help you continuously help the younger kids and the younger generation, especially those that's dealing with some kind of mental health?
Well, they could donate, or they could just, forward our information. You want to email us as POP at payingonpaper.com. Go to payingonpaper.com. You should be able, when the website come up, there's gonna be a pop-up with an email where you can send an email directly to us. Reach out, tell people about what's going on. We're such a unconventional concept of what we're doing. Right. But through the years, we basically just kind of, certain things that we felt that worked, we kept. Certain things that didn't really work. So we've really modeled it. And now we have a great recipe to helping kids to first discover, those emotions. They don't really know about their emotions like that. But when you give it to them like an emotion bubble, and then they start visualizing the bubble, and sometimes we have a little bubble machine.
Right.
And bubbles will start coming out during the, and then so, just certain things to make them feel comfortable.
Yes, sir.
See, once they start feeling comfortable, then they'll want to release. And then you get it. We get some dark stuff. We get some, but it's good stuff though. I like that stuff. So
yeah.
yeah.
It gives them an opportunity to process it, to get it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful, man. Let me ask this. I know you shared and you reflected on your spirituality and all of those things. How did your spirituality actually play into this specifically and to get you to where you are today?
You know, I kind of grew up in the church early on, then I floated away, then, but my roots and my grandparents and my mom and my pops, when they were young, no, they wasn't really involved in the church as much. But as they grew, they became more. And I always been, had some sort of spirituality.
Uh-huh.
I was always tapped in with God, even in my times when, when I was really lost out here in the street and
But
different
what you
things
mean
like
lost,
that.
man? You know good and well you ain't been in them streets. What you talking about,
Man,
P?
look here, man. Look here, man. Look
Man,
here,
what you
man.
talking about, P?
And that's how I'm able to communicate with these guys. When I go into these juvenile detention centers. I ain't never really said this before, but when I first went, because I went to school on a football scholarship, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
I was extreme, like I was angry. So football would be a release for me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so when I got a scholarship, and I didn't last 90 days, man. I pulled a gun on the guy. They was gonna put me out of school. They was putting me out of school actually, but my assistant coach got me to leave before they was talking with the chancellor and all of that. So when I left, they couldn't kick me out because I had to sign off to
Right.
be able to be kicked out. So um, North
But
Carolina
look at
Central
that.
University. Huh?
I hear you went to Central.
Yeah, I went to the Central, found out that I had left, and then they gave me a scholarship there. So, you know, still ain't really learned, but I was learning. But in that process, I lost one of my closest friends,
Mm-hmm.
a teammate of mine. His name was
Yeah.
Derek Boone. He got shot and killed,
Mm-hmm.
died right in front of us. That shook me down to the core. Like that really, really made me start evaluating and doing an introspection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I wasn't familiar with that, but then as I started doing that, I started really understanding like some of the things that I was partaking in and doing, and it just shook me to that core. That's
Right.
what pushed me into going to speak with the kids at the juvenile detention center because an old teammate of mine
That's right.
was hearing that just certain people were taking it hard, and I was one of them.
Yeah.
And so he invited me to. He was a manager at the juvenile detention center. He just told me to come talk to the kids about what I experienced or whatever, because a lot of kids experience the same thing, and I did. And 2 weeks later, he was like, "Man, if you don't come back up here and talk to these kids, asking me every day." So I came back, and he said, "Bro, you need to get a job up here. I need to give you a part-time." He gave me part-time that turned into full-time. That was my introduction of really, doing interaction with kids and I mean bad kids. We had a kid at that time. He didn't want to listen to nobody. He didn't even want to comb his hair. He
Oh
he
wow.
he had committed so many crimes that the governor had personally put him into that facility, and
Wow.
he was heavily watched the whole time, and I was able to get a breakthrough,
That's
and
beautiful.
Yeah, that kind of showed me, okay, how was I able to do that? All right, maybe there's something is here. And so the whole time when I was doing radio, I just kind of
Right.
made sure I didn't want radio to be my be all.
Yes. That's right.
You know what I mean? So I would get a job at a juvenile facility and group home or drug and alcohol youth facility, and then it just kind of went from there.
Man, I think that's beautiful. Let me share with you why I think that's beautiful. Because of the experiences that you have had, all of the wonderful things that you have had and what you have done yourself, you turned it into beautiful blessings upon countless amounts of juveniles. The young man that you said you got a breakthrough with, nobody else can get to him, but you got to him. Being able to hear the kids start to share their thoughts, you add a beat to it, merge it together. Now they got something. Now they walking around proud as a peacock, right? But it all stemmed from, this is gonna sound crazy, but you being angry and you turned that anger into lemonade, and now you're able to serve everybody something beautiful to drink. I think that's magical, man. Man, I'm so glad. Well, first of all, you my boy, so y'all can't have him. Let me tell y'all, let me tell y'all podcast. Let me tell y'all now, y'all cannot have him. Now y'all could borrow him, y'all could pay him to come speak, y'all could do all of that. But this my boy, y'all can't have him. Man, what you have done in that way in capturing the kids, because I think this is where a lot of times collectively America have failed, and that's dealing with the youth. Just dealing with them, cutting corners, but they cut corners on playgrounds and after school things and all of that stuff because of the greed of the corporate people, but then cut the programs for after school programs. It's just crazy. But at the same time, upset, and they're going to increase the prison pipeline. They're going to take out of certain communities to increase their profits because they're going into private prisons. And so I don't get me started on that. But anyway, so all of that stuff going on. But what you have done, man, listen, family. I don't normally ask this, but I gotta ask this today. Wherever you are listening to this podcast, and whenever you listen to it, today is Monday. I get it. And we here, we're speaking to Pizzo directly, we live, we're doing all that stuff. Regardless if you're listening to it today or you listening to it 3 months away from today, I don't care when you're listening to it. Whether you're listening to it on April the 22nd or you're listening to it September 22nd, please, whatever you can do to help Pizzo and help these kids. If you can go to his site and donate, share some funds, it doesn't matter, because we have to begin to elevate and prop up the kids so they can be productive citizens as we continue to go forward. Whether it's the music industry or whether a mentor come in, we need help. If you know a grant writer, I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm all in your business. I don't know if you have a grant writer, but if you're a grant writer that can help, if you somebody that's sitting on a lot of money and can donate a couple dollars to help, if you know somebody in different cities that can get us into with the district attorney's office, with the mayor's office, with the governor's office, with the police office, whatever it is that we can help with these young men and these young women, I think that is going to be critical. If you want to reduce politicians, if you want to reduce the crime rate, help the kids do something after school or on the weekend. It'll help reduce the crime rate. Because as my mentor would always tell me, your mind can't occupy two things at one time. So now if we have them in POP, all across the country is going to reduce your crime rate. So help us out. Help us with facilities, whatever it may be, to allow Pizzo to do his thing and make some things happen. Pizzo, man, thank you. But first of all, before we go, I gotta ask you this. You was in radio, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know you looking crazy. Don't look crazy now. I got you now. So Pizzo, this your boy. You know I greeted my people from New Orleans. You done been here before. You know how we shout each other out. So listen, you gotta shout me out. I'm gonna shout you out. You shout me out, all right? You gotta shout me out. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Why? I'm on live on Man Stanley, man. So listen, I love New Orleans. And I had a great usher, a person who really showed me around, the legendary Fiend.
Okay.
Master P. Yeah, the Fiend from No Limit.
Yes, sir.
Showed me around New Orleans, man.
Man, what you know about Fiend? What you know about P? What you know about the Calio? What's good?
Hey man, me and Fiend took me around, man, and he really showed me the culture, and I was just so, I was just soaking it all in. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I was really soaking it in because where I'm from, like Virginia is like a melting pot of a lot of different people because there's a lot of different military bases and stuff there, right? And universities there, schools. So it's a lot of, we play a lot of music. That's why we have so many different producers coming from there, right? So New Orleans is the same. Like they more because, they got Second Line and, they got all this music. It's all in there. That's why I know I would love to come to New Orleans to do pop. And you know what? This has been in the working for over 10 years to get pop into New Orleans.
Really? Man,
yes.
Fiend, where you at? Hold on, I'm gonna have to. P, we gonna have to get on the phone with somebody. We gonna have to do something to get at somebody. I'm gonna make a listen. Well, I can't do it today because when we finish, it'll be done. But we're gonna have to get on the phone and make some phone calls. You trying to get POP in New Orleans? We're gonna have to do something, man.
Yes, yeah, I would love to do POP. Cause see, it's a lot, man, New Orleans, man. Hey, it ain't no game. And you already know what's going on in New Orleans. So I know that we can really help with that crime rate, man.
Yes,
we
sir.
give these tools and they could be able to express. We got a lot of different little things, just like what I just expressed to you guys about Catch a Beat. Well, we got quite a few other different things that deal with, and kids are already, they gravitate to these things because they can relate to them because they already doing it. Catching the Beat is basically me watching the kids. When you see them walking down the street by themselves with no earphones, no earbuds, playing music in their head, they already doing that.
Yes, sir. That's true. That's true.
So we use what they already do, but we use it for their benefit.
Excellent.
So that's what it's all about.
I love it. Let's close out here, Pete. We're gonna talk after this. Let's have a serious conversation. But let's do this. Before we leave out, for those family members, whether it's a mom or a dad, whether it's a single mother, a single father, whether it's kids that have pain, that's frustrated, that's angry, that's going through something, and they don't have an outlet, what kind of advice you can share with them before we close out?
Hey, it doesn't matter how it may look. It don't matter. Write it out. Draw it out. Just start drawing certain things, like, just express it. It's hard. Sometimes we'll tell kids, talk to somebody. Yeah, that is true, but they don't, you gotta get build the trust with that particular kid for them. Even as an adult, express you got your phone. Put a sentence in your phone. Write a hook. What you feel that day. Just write a hook, write a chorus of what you feel that particular moment. And just do that. And then that'll turn into something else. Then you writing, you expressing yourself, because you don't want to carry that around, because that is going to explode. And when it explodes, we don't know what's going the ramifications of what it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So just express yourself and get these feelings and these emotions, get them out.
Get them out. Pizzo, thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, how can they get in touch with you to send the funds? How can they get in touch with you to book you to come speak? How can they get you to whatever it may be? What's the best way they can communicate, to donate? What can we do?
When you go to payingonpaper.com, there's a donation button on there. You could donate. Go straight to the fund of the Paying on Paper nonprofit. We're a nonprofit officially here in Georgia. You could donate there. You can email us at pop@payingonpaper.com. Hell, you could call us 404-849-5205. We are in the business of helping our youth. And I think so many people know this, and they're sitting back and they watching this happen. Yeah, the prison pipeline is destroying our country when you really look at it, but we're not gonna go into that deep. But we need to find ways of being able to start gradually bringing our youth back, because they are really lost right now.
Yes, sir. I agree. I agree with you, brother. I agree with you. Pizzo, thank you, brother. Thank you for your time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you also for enlightening our family out there in Let's Talk Land with your information and helping the youth and how you're dealing with them from the mental health to just resolving situations and solutions, and I mean giving individual solutions. So thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep up the great work. We're gonna talk after this because we need to figure out how to get you this money. So we need to get Pop everywhere.
Yes, I appreciate it. I want to thank you for, providing your platform, your family, and I thank you for the great job, and also the mentorship that you've been doing, helping me and Dee, and you know what I mean, and building us as speakers, and
Yes, sir.
and just your anointing of being a God's man and sharing the message. So I want to thank you for that, brother.
Brother, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's talk. We're about to get out of here. So don't forget to go to what is it? Paintonpaper.com. Go click the donate button. Listen, send $10, $20. We're not asking for no million. Whatever you can do. Now, if you can afford $1 million, let me talk to y'all. Let me talk, because y'all will throw it off. If you can afford $1 million, go ahead and donate the $1 million. But if you can't, and you only could do $10, do $10. You can only could do 20, do 20. It all goes right back to the kids. It's not coming to me. It all goes to the kids. So listen, family, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all so very much. Go to Let's Talk with StanleyDoucette.com. You get all of my previous podcasts there. This one will be there, and so on and so forth. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share on my YouTube channel. I'm going to try to start building that so you guys can see all of the crazy faces that I'll be making on some of the podcasts. So I love you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, donate. Don't forget to donate. Go to paintonpaper.com. Click the donate button. If you want to donate to your boy, go to Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette. Do the same thing. But that being said, I love y'all so much. Y'all be easy. I'll see y'all back next week on Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette. We out of here. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know how we do it.